Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Impact and Influence Author Show. I am absolutely excited today because, as always, I always have someone wonderful to share with you. And this person I'm sharing with you today is like a sister to me. I love this woman. This is my travel partner. This is my girl that makes me laugh so much that I almost pass out. This is my girl. But before I introduce her to you, I do want to remind you guys, make sure you make some comments, share with your friends that we're live on the Impact and Influence Author Show so that they can ask questions of this wonderful author, and so that you can too, because we love to hear your feedback right there in the chat. You can talk with us. All right. Now, without further ado, let me introduce to you none other than Monica. And hey, Monica, how you doing?
Hey, Romo, Aranda. How are you?
Wait,
I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you here too. Now, you guys noticed that she called me Romo, and that is her nickname for me because of my second marriage. My last name was Moore. And so she took the role from Rhonda and a Mo from Moore, and I became Romo. And so just like how, Tasima calls me Remarkable, I got all these nicknames going around, and I love it. I love it. That's when you know people really love you, when they make you a fun little nickname.
Exactly.
Monica, yes. I am so excited to have you here.
Me too. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Listen, anytime whatsoever. Now, Monica, I'm going to ask you one of the questions I always ask my authors, and that is, who is Monica Ann? I know who she is. So share with our viewers, who is Monica Ann?
Wow, that's a loaded question. It depends on what day you ask, but since you're asking today, I'll give you today's answer.
Awesome.
So today, you know what? I am glad to say that I'm an author. And that is the thing that I've been becoming for a very, very long time. I am just excited about becoming an author and getting to share my story and everything. Within everything, God has given me at least 4 gifts that I know about. And so I took all those things and poured them into a book. And those things are singing and designing and writing, and then also speaking. So those things. Say it again.
You missed one.
What was the other one?
Put this on.
No, I said designing, but hat making. So same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Millinery, that's the thing. So I do all those things, and I took my experiences from all those things and put them into a series of books, and that's why we're here today.
Yes, let's talk about that series of books. Well, one of the books in your series, the very first book in the series, is called Neonata. Come on now. Neonata. Yes. Okay, I messed that all up, didn't I, girl?
That's all right.
I knew I was going to mess it up, but I knew you'd correct me, and I appreciate that. So what is that title all about? What does that even mean? Can you hear me? I think we might have frozen for a moment.
If you can, I can't hear you. Okay, now I think we're back.
Yes, we're back. Great. So I was asking, what does this title mean? What does that word mean?
Neonata is an Italian word, and it means baby girl.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And it's something that I've been called because I am the baby girl of my family. And a lot of these stories in the book come from that experience.
Interesting. I know the stories, guys. You're going to love it. Wonderful stories, amazing testimony and of life's journeys, and Neonata. Can we say it Italian? A
Neonata. Yeah, you got to look with it, you know. And to believe it, I love anything Italian. I have no Italian in me whatsoever. But I just love Italian food. I love everything. And I just love the language. It's just a beautiful language. So I decided to use that.
Awesome. I know that you've always talked about taking a tour across France and Paris and everything, Italy, all over. And I've always, I know, listen, guys, let me tell you something. When she does that, I'm going with her. She just doesn't know yet.
Okay.
We'll put it out here.
Yeah, I thought you could put that in. Okay.
I can see you now touring with your book all over the world. So, hey. Yes, ma'am. So it is a part of a series, and the series is called It Ain't Over Until the Hat Lady Sings.
That's right.
Tell me about that title for this whole
Okay.
series.
Well, this has been an ongoing journey for me for about over a decade. So in 2010, I had a speaking engagement, and I was
Mm-hmm.
speaking for a sorority, and I had actually forgot my notes, and it was just they called my name, and I realized I didn't have one note with me. So
Uh-huh.
I had to depend on God like I always do. And by faith, I went to the podium. I did remember a lot of things, but
Mm-hmm.
in the end, I was like, man, I can't remember what else I'm supposed to say that I had on my notes. I'm trying to picture it, but I was kind of winging it, but that was okay. And I said the words because I really forgot what I was supposed to say. I said, well, it ain't over till the hat lady sings. And I just started singing because that I know.
Wow,
So,
that's true.
and after I did that, it just kind of flowed. But after I spoke, people were coming up to me, a lot of the women that were at the conference, and they were asking me, we really loved your speech. I couldn't repeat nothing I said, but they told me that they loved it. And they asked me, do you have a book? And I said, it's coming, because I was speaking by faith, didn't have a
Amen.
clue. And I kept that in my spirit all these
Mm-hmm.
years. I started writing the book, and then along the way, computer crashes, events,
Oh,
life happened, all those things.
the
I lost,
nightmare.
I lost the entire book. Hadn't
Wow.
saved anything, hadn't backed anything up, had to start over again. And that was in about 2013, maybe, when I started again. And
Mm-hmm.
just been having bits and pieces on paper, on back of napkins, everything, just putting it together.
The
And
things we
so
authors do, right?
yeah, yeah. And the Lord would not let me put it down. He kept, I had been said, forget it, I'm not writing nothing. So I'm just done. Whoever need to know my story, they just gonna have to call me up or something, because I wasn't doing it. But God wouldn't let it be so. So I realized this year, well, actually a little bit end of last year, that I
Mm-hmm.
had more than one book, and it became a series. And the series is called It Ain't Over Till the Hat Lady Sings. And it's a memoir essay series where I talk about the thing that we have all experienced, and that is love. It's a bunch of love
Oh.
stories. But
Well, you're a romantic at heart.
I am. I
I am
am.
too. I'm not gonna lie, I am too. I think most women are. So I believe that this is a book, Monica Ann, that not only can women enjoy because we can look at it from our perspective of how we feel about love and life
Exactly.
issues and relationships in this series. And also, though, I think it's an excellent book, or the series is an excellent series for men to get a perspective of how women
Yes.
think and how we feel and what we're looking for. Would you agree?
I would. And also, as I was researching for the book, I discovered that there were 7 types of love. The
Mhm.
ancient Greeks kind of gave it different names. It's eros, which is like the erotic type of love and romance. And then we have this 7 different names. So one of those that I talk about mostly in this book is the love called, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's
Storage Day.
there.
Storage Day. I
Okay.
had to think of what it was. So Storage Day, it's about family type of love, and this one focuses on mostly about Storage Day kind of love, the love you may have with your parents, the love you may have with your siblings, friendships, and then I talk about romantic love too. So men, you might want to take some notes too, because then you can really see how we're thinking. So it's in there, and each of them, each story has a different type of love that I'm sure anybody can really relate to. And
Uh,
as I was getting in the depth of this book and about love and all the different types of love and what I was writing about, it gave me more answers to the
oh. We got a freeze happening again, but it's okay because whenever you're learning something good and you're getting some great information, you know
depths
the
that I would go to.
Democrats get busy. Okay, say that one more time. We lost you on that last part.
Okay. I was just saying, the more that I wrote the book, the more I got to the end of the book, I discovered more about
Mhm.
who I was and how
Awesome.
much love was inside, how much love, even areas where I might have lacked love, and I thought I was okay in those areas. But as I told my story, it really made me have an in-depth view of really what I thought and what I felt and what God has instilled in me and what
Oh,
love is, which I believe God is love. So he showed up in every single story.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. Now, listen, let's talk about, well, let me ask you this question before I talk about my next thing that I want to ask you. So,
Mhm.
in your series, how many books are in this series?
It's 7 books in the series.
7 books.
Um,
That's the number right there.
yeah, it is. So, um, and I'm saying 7, 3 of them I've already done. I'm working on the other ones as we go. So by the time as you get them, they'll be being pumped out as we speak. So that's how.
Awesome. And let me tell you guys, we talk to authors and we talk to aspiring authors and seasoned authors and new authors and authors, so many authors, and they all have their different ways that they the process of doing their books. Now, one thing I do know about Monica Ann is this woman has been journaling since I don't know when, ever since I've known her, and I've
12.
known her long since 12 years old.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so she has so much wealth of information. And when I say she is an awesome writer and very poetic, very talented, and when she says when it says it ain't over to the fat lady, I mean to the hat lady. I'm sorry, don't let me mess it up. To the hat lady sings, this woman's voice is like an angel. I would be with Monica traveling and or somewhere and I'm always like, Monica, could you just sing? And she's like, no, Romo, I am not singing right now. But then she sometimes would sing for me, which I love because her voice is so beautiful. It brings such a peace and it's such an anointing on it. And her writing is the same way. So I'm excited to just get into all these 7 books, the first 3 you have ready and the 4 that's coming up. And she'll be right back with us, guys. We lost her for a moment. Let me take this down so you can see me at least. And, sometimes technical things happen, but we'll wait for her to come back into the studio. In the meantime, let me ask you something. Make some comments, leave some thoughts for me, because I know that you guys saw part of our conference that we had this weekend that just passed by. And so I just want to hear some feedback on that, on what you saw, because hopefully I'll see you there next year at the conference. But we'll talk about that a little bit later once we finish interviewing with Monica. So, Monica, just sharing with the excitement about what you're doing as an author and with your book. Now, I'm going to bring your book cover back up and tell me the inspiration in this book cover. I love the fact that she's just too cool standing in that doorway like that. So,
Oh,
tell
thanks.
me.
And I had lost you for a minute, so I might, if I
Yeah,
didn't answer, it's because I couldn't hear you. But
no, we don't.
so this book cover, I actually designed the cover, and
Mhm.
it is actually a scene from the book, um,
Okay.
which I'm not, I don't want to give away too much of the book.
Okay.
But this was, I'll describe the picture, which is kind of a symbolization of me and standing in a doorway and pouring out my heart. That's
Oh, those are hearts. Your hearts are the tears falling down. I don't know why we're having so many technical issues with you today, Monica. And I don't know if you can hear me, but guys, isn't that beautiful? And it's sad at the same time as her tears falling. But it's okay because she has answers for you in that story that we're going to read. All right. Well, while we're frozen with Monica again, it's okay because we are going to continue to move forward. Um, let's go over in. You back? Hey,
I am
girl.
back. I'm so
Listen.
sorry. I don't know I'm having bad internet connections, it looks like.
Yeah, but that's okay because you know what?
Mhm.
That's because you got a lot of good stuff to share with people and tell them.
Okay.
So it's okay because we're gonna make it through anyway. Um,
Yes.
all right. Well, let me ask you what motivated Monica Ann to write the series in the first place?
Hmm. Well, it started with that speech when somebody just asked me. That came up with the title. But as you mentioned before, I've been journaling since I was 12 years old, and I still have every journal. And I
Mhm.
am so far past 12 that I'm not going to tell you what that number is. But I decades of journals, and there were things that I just had things that I've experienced that I wanted to share, that I thought would be great ministry for other young women going through some things that I maybe went through. But this particular series covers only one decade, my life, actually in my 40s. And that was some things that happened. I'm trying not to give you the whole book, but there was a turn of events that happened in my life at 40 that
Mhm.
changed every single thing that I may have ever thought about myself. And it made me
Ooh,
just
sounds
soul
interesting.
searching. Yeah.
Hmm.
made me do some soul searching. It made me really look at things, and it was an aha moment that when I looked back and I was able to answer a lot of things that had happened in previous decades. So yeah, that's what motivated me too, because I felt like if I had been through these things that I know a lot of other people had, and sometimes it just helps to know that you're not by yourself in whatever you're going through. So
That is
that's kind of what motivated me too. The title Neonata, baby girl, my father called me that, and a lot of the stories, and he was such a funny character. So I thought
oh
everybody
yeah.
should know him. He's no longer with us on earth, but that was one of the things that motivated me, just wanting to share those stories in my life.
Right. And that second part is the audacity of a daddy's girl. And she
Yes.
definitely was a daddy's girl. But you know, Monica used to crack me up imitating her father so much. You weren't gonna-
Yeah, it's
he was
impossible for me to
funny.
talk about him without talking like him. Anybody that knows me
Yes.
know that that's how I had to talk about him. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So
Yes.
let's talk about your dad. Now, is there somewhere in the series that you're also going to be honoring your mom, who was also a
Yes.
beautiful woman?
Actually, she comes in the second book. That book is actually titled "Popsicles in My Purse," and that's so
Okay.
she's in and out of the first book. You'll be introduced to her a lot in the first book, and then in the second book, it goes more in depth about my mom.
Wait, did y'all hear that? She said popsicles in my purse.
Yes,
That is funny.
yes.
That don't seem like it's a good thing, and as far as that popsicle in your purse, but it
And
makes
then you
it a
can
very
read.
interesting title. I got to. Oh man, I can't wait to read that. So,
Exactly.
so Monica, would you like to share with them because I happen to know a little bit, guys. She's going to be doing a tour real soon, and she may be
Yes.
coming to where you are, to your city.
Yes.
So when we get closer and you start on your journey on this tour, I'm definitely going to have you come back on and talk about your schedule of
Okay.
where you'll be on the days and times so that our viewers can have the opportunity to meet you, get a book from you, get you to sign it, and get several books from you, however many you have ready at that point when you
Yes.
go on your tour.
Mhm.
And so, are you excited about this whole
You know what?
adventure?
I am so excited about this tour. This tour will be not just your typical book signing and your typical book tour. I'm doing this in conjunction with a jazz artist, J.D. Allen trio.
Mhm.
So it's going to be where you'll get the book, not just a reading, but we've actually worked on turning the book into a solo show. So it's going to be like a one-woman
Ooh,
show where you'll
I
get the
love
book
it.
live. So it'll be some singing, some poetry reading, poems that are also in the book. So, but you'll hear them performed live and along with music accompanying, and it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it.
I am too.
Yeah, that's kind of later down the line, but we've already started doing all the rehearsals and things to get those things going. So, and COVID's kind of putting a little damper on things, but as soon as things let up, then we'll be able to
Mhm.
really plan the tour dates. But I'll keep everybody posted for sure.
Great. That sounds wonderful. I can't wait to. I might meet you in a couple of cities.
Yeah,
And we
for
are
sure.
practicing social distancing and all the stuff the
Of
CDC
course, of
says.
course. Mhm.
But, we have to continue to live, but live cautiously. We just have a different way we have to do things now. Every time in life, there's going to be points where we have to adjust the way that
Yeah,
we do things. And this is just another time, but it shouldn't hinder us from doing the things that we're called to do, especially. So
exactly.
Monica, I am, like I said, excited for you. What
Mhm.
would you say to that up and coming author that is looking to write, but they don't know where to start, or they have started, but they don't know what to do next? And what
Mm.
advice would you have for that aspiring author out there? Oh, we have a frozen moment again, but it's okay. We're going to still keep pushing through, right? All right. Listen, if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to say, please leave it in the comment area and I'll see it and I'll be able to bring it up and answer any questions or comments you have. When I say that you guys, when she does her whole release and um, she's right now taking pre-orders for the book, and you'll be
Okay.
Hey, welcome back. I was telling them that I'm going to be taking pre-orders real soon for the book, and they'll be able to find that information. They can follow you on Facebook, and they'll be able to find out that information. Correct?
You can do that, or you can also just send me your email. Let me know that you want to get on the pre-order book list. Pre-orders will be starting mid-April, and when that happens, and we'll be opening up everything. It'll be at monicaann.com. That website will be opening later this week, so you'll be able to do that. Pre-orders won't be starting until the 15th. And there's a special gift that I have for those who pre-order, so I definitely will be encouraging everybody to do that. And I don't know what part you heard earlier, because you were asking me about giving authors advice, and that's when I cut out. But I do want to say this.
We didn't hear any of it.
Okay, so I do want to tell aspiring authors that the biggest thing that I learned while I was doing this was to be vulnerable and just let your authentic self show. That was probably the hardest thing for me, to really just say, okay, you know what? I'm going to just say what I need to say. And then people are going to just think or say whatever they want to think and say. That was hard for me, because, you're pouring out your heart. And it was a labor of love. And I'm just, if you want to do this, then just make sure that you prepare yourself for the emotional roller coaster. Just grab some tissue and keep on writing. That's my advice.
Yes. I think one of the questions that was asked of our authors at the conference was it exhausting and exciting at the same time, or was it?
Actually, it was. I think I heard that too when you guys were at the conference, and I would totally agree. It was exhausting and exciting at the same time. I think every emotion that you could probably have, I probably had it, and that was all like in one day. I had all these emotions, but I came out, and it's okay, and I'm so glad we're done, and that's the main thing. But it was points when I thought, oh, forget this, I can't do it. And it was only because you have to relive some of the things, and I didn't really want to go through that. And then there was times when I was laughing hysterically. So you're going to cover a whole gamut of emotions, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah.
I'm sure. I know you as a person, so I know it's going to be really, really good. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm excited about it. Don't forget, Monica, you said they can email you too. What email address should they send?
They email me. You can send it to hatladysings@gmail.com.
All right.
hatladysings@gmail.com.
Awesome.
And the website will be open soon this week, actually, and that's at monicaann.com, and it'll tell you everything there. So either way, we're looking forward soon, and just be ready to get your pre-orders on April 15th.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to have mine ahead of time. The first one in line. So I'm like, can I get my book? Can you sign my book? Well, Monica, I know you had the opportunity to see some of our lives from the Impact 2021 Impact and Influence Conference. So what was your thoughts on what you saw just from the live?
Man, I was so just encouraged by all the authors and the advice they had to give, and a lot of just the camaraderie that was shown, even from just looking at it through Facebook. And I can't wait till next year to join the group and be one of the presenters, because it was so powerful just hearing each individual story and each individual journey. And I would encourage anybody to come.
Awesome. I definitely see you as a featured author next year. And guys, you may have the opportunity to be a featured author too at our next conference. You certainly can go to LadyKnightenterprisespublishing.com, what you see going across the bottom right now. And there's still information up there about the 2022 conference that's coming up. We're not taking in everyone yet, but we just want you to know it's going to be coming. And I always have to plan ahead of time, because our author spots fill up so quickly. So we'd love for you to be one of our featured authors. I know Monica Ann is going to be there as one of our featured authors, and hopefully you'll look at some of the lives if you haven't had a chance to, or some of the interviews that were done, and you'll get a feel of what it was like. But we're also going to be posting some pictures real soon too from the conference. We had so many pictures, I had to bring them all together, and then I'll be posting them here as well as on my own personal page, that you can see some of the fun, at least capture the pictures of the fun that we were having. And so I'm excited about next year, and excited about having Monica Ann as one of our featured authors next year. Yes, ma'am. And then maybe you as well. I do have to give a shout out to our 2021 Impact and Influence Authors of the Year, we had 3 places: first place, second place, and third place. Taking up the rear with third place was the Night Girls Children's Collection. Woo! I have to say I'm very proud of them. I was actually like blown away. I am a part of the Night Girls Children's Collection, but the audience are the ones who vote, and these are the people that they voted in. And when I say our children's collection really does make a difference for children in a lot of different capacities, but I'm not going to talk about that here. But I just want to say I'm very proud of the Night Girls. Amber, Alicia,
Yes.
Mignon, and Kayla. Wonderful. 4 of my 5 daughters wrote that series.
Wonderful.
And then second place to the beautiful Frazelma Lynn. I know you guys saw her interview. Her book is called Left with Half of a Face. And that was an amazing story and testimony, and her faith is amazing. And if you haven't gotten the book, you want to make sure you get it. But happy second place to Frazelma, and to
Yes.
the winner who took it down as the 2021 Impact Author of the Year, Impact and Influence Author of the Year, was none other than Wanda Thomas. And her book is called You So Pretty, You So Pretty. And so I'm so excited and happy for all of you guys. Congratulations. Monica, I want to be saying that you were the winner next year.
All right. I'm speaking. Go ahead. And congratulations to all the authors.
Awesome, awesome. So, Monica, what do you see in the future? Are you continuing? Are you going to write a second series, or are you going down a different path, or what do you see
Girl,
when it
let me
comes to
get
your
to the
writing?
first series. I'm telling you. But actually, there is something in the pike, though, along with the tour and the solo show is actually a CD coming behind that. The CD is called Have Life, and all this is in the making at the same time. So that's coming right after the book. So
Well,
there we go.
I get so excited. I be ready to buy everything, even though it's
Go ahead, buy
everything may not
everything.
be out yet. I'm like ready. I'm ready. Okay, I'll be the first one. You just let me know as soon as everything is ready. I'm gonna be like,
Yes.
send me 2 or 3 of them, because
Yes.
I know your writing is going to be such a blessing to so many people. Going back to your book cover here, I love that those hearts. I never thought about it until you said it. That those are her crying her heart out. Her, and I love that. And it's just, I mean, it's sad that you have to cry your heart out, but
Some
the
of them are
cover.
happy tears too. So
Happy tears. Okay, good. So happy tears can be happy tears, sad tears, but it's a beautiful thing, and I'm really, really, really very proud of you. I
thank
believe in you, and like I said, I know you. And guys, I don't just I have friends. We can have associates and friends. I don't call everybody friends, but I do try to. I am one of those people that try to love on everybody. A lot of my close friends have to say you can't love everybody because everybody's not your friend. I'm like, oh,
you. Yeah.
but I still, but the ones that I know so closely, and when I say Monica Ann is like a sister to me, I know her journey. I know her heart. She has the biggest heart, and I know her talent. And when I say she's very talented in all those ways that she told you, believe me, she is very talented in all those
Oh,
ways. So
thank you.
yeah, so you guys have to make sure you reach out to her. And one more time, where can they go once the website is going to be live? I think within a week or two, you guys can go to that website, do
Yes.
your pre-orders, and that is
On April 15th, the pre-orders start. You can go to monicaann.com for the pre-orders. The pre-orders will be on monicaann.com. The book will, when it prints, it'll be in Amazon. It'll be Barnes & Noble. So you'll be able to find the book everywhere. But pre-orders are starting now, and that comes with a special gift that I'll tell you what that is when you get to the site. Before then, if you want to just get on my list to make sure that we keep you abreast of everything that's going on, you can email me at hatladysings@gmail.com, or definitely check out monicaann.com.
awesome. That sounds great. Well, guys, listen, if you're interested in coming on our show, the Impact and Influence Author Show, reach out to us. You can see in the description of this show, it has our number, which is 678-888-5599. You can certainly reach out there and talk with us, and we'll tell you how you can have the opportunity as an author to come on the Impact and Influence Author Show. But I also would suggest for you to become a member of the Impact and Influence Authors Association. This is an association of people like Monica, like myself, and like soon could be you too as well, people who write to impact and influence lives for positive change. You know, we're about making a difference in this world. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that's that same way. And even if you're not an author or a writer or a poet or a playwright, you may just be someone who wants to support the art of writing. And you're welcome to be a member as well. You can go to our website and just go to the IIAA association page or the II Authors Association page. And there you would be able to let me go and bring the website up for you. You'd be able to become a member as well. So we'd love to have you in the membership too. Well, Monica, I am so excited that you came on the show. I'm so happy about all that God is doing for you and your writing and everything else. Guys, when she says it's going to be a different type of book signing, how exciting is that? It's like you got singing, you got book signing, you got gifts that she's giving away. You can't ask for better than that. Now, I'm excited. So I can't wait to find out about your tour schedule. We'll definitely have you back on the show so you can share with our guests so that they can meet you in the different cities that you're going to or tell their family to meet you there. You know, you might not live there, but, you know, you may have a family member that can buy a book for you and send it over to you. But you have that signed copy. You know, I love the signed copy because it's so personable. So, hey, yeah. So, Monica, do you have any parting words for our viewers?
I just want everybody to definitely stay close and stay safe in this time. And just whatever it is that you are aspiring to do, whatever dream you have, it may not be writing a book, it may be starting a business or whatever it is that you want to do. Don't give up. I know that sounds like a cliche because everybody says, well, don't give up. But really, just hold on to it. And because if you don't hold on to it, it's still going to hold on to you. And that's what happened to me. I kept trying to throw that thing back and it just kept coming back. So you may as well just do what God told you to do. And my advice to you is that once you get started and take that step, He will definitely take the other steps with you. So just my blessing with you and my prayers are with you.
Awesome. I love it. Monica, I have to share this. And I know you're going to kill me for it. But when I first met Monica, you know, and we became friends, and she's in ministry too, like me, but she used to tell me, Romo, look, I'm not only running away, but I'm running away with skates on. I have never heard anyone say that. I'm like, oh my God, you really try to get away. But she said it jokingly, but you know what? She is very humble and she, of course, accepted the calling that God has on her life. And it manifests through all the things she does, whether it's her designs and her beautiful hats. One day we're just, you know, on a Real Talk with Rhonda Knight, we're going to have you come on and show some of your beautiful hats. And I know you made some beautiful wreaths out of hats that people can put up at the holidays. And we'll just talk about that side of your designing as well. But guys, she is gifted in so many ways. And even though she said she was running with skates on, she does answer the call of what God has called her to. So, Monica, I want to say I love you and I love the fun that we have when we're, we lost her a little bit. Oh, there you go. You back.
Okay.
No, let me ask you guys, do you guys have like that friend that's your best buddy to travel with? Well, like I said, Monica is mine. When we get together, we will be on a plane and we laugh so much that we think that people probably think we're drunk, but we're not. And then it's even more funny because we're like, oh my God, what's wrong with us? But yeah, we just know how to have a good time. And life is so short. So I would just say to everyone that's listening right now is to find something that brings you joy in your heart. Read a book that brings you joy. Talk to a friend that brings happiness to you. But find that it's up to you to look for that peace and that love and that laughter so that you can keep your mind and your heart where it needs to be. So when you see those tears falling from the matters of the heart, they can be joyous tears as well. So I love you guys and I will see you next time. Oh, I forgot to tell you before I go, we are having the aftermath from the Impact and Influence Authors Conference. So we'll have some of the authors on tomorrow at 7 that'll be talking about their experience from the conference. Let me move this out of the way so you can see me real quickly. 1 second. All right. All right, so until Monica comes back, but I want to invite you guys to join us tomorrow at 7, and we're going to have our winners from the conference, as well as we're going to have some of our authors that was a part of that, and maybe some of our vendors as well. Hopefully, we'll have a couple of them on there as well, and they're going to be talking to you about their experience, so you'll know what it's like from their perspective, because some people, it was their first time doing the conference, and some people are seasoned people who have been a part of the conference all along. But one thing I will tell you, once you experience the Impact and Influence Authors Conference, you're going to want to be a part of it each year. So we welcome you. And again, thank you for listening to my shows and following me, whether it's the Impact and Influence Authors Show or the Real Talk with Rhonda Knight Show. But I love you, Monica Ann. Thank you so much
Love
for
you
joining
too.
us.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.